Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Dungeon Bowl. We're in week number 5. We've got 2 games for you this evening. Not quite a doubleheader. There's going to be some time in between, but I'm looking forward to both. Why? Because we've got gobos all night long. Tonight, it's going to be the NC Snakes versus the Conduct Committee. Move versus Berserker Tempest. We've got Dark Elves versus Goblins. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at the 2 teams' rosters this evening. Over in Division A, currently at the top of the leaderboard, it's Odin, it's Nuffle, coached by Clypheus. They're a Norse team there, 3-1-1, but hot on their heels are the Gutterballs, coached by El Nubarino. They're an Orc team there, 3-1-0, and in third place is tonight's team, the NC Snakes, coached by Moob. They're a Dark Elf team, they're 2-2-0. They're looking to take the top spot with a win here this evening. Over in Division B, in first place is none other than the Believe Broncos, coached by the BB Nut. They are the current Chaos Cup champions, the current Spike Magazine Trophy champions. They are a Nurgle team. They are 3-0-1 with Carnage Incorporated in second place. This is McMackey's Goblin team. They're 2-3-0. And in third place is Technobabble Inc. That's my human team. They're 2-2-0. And over in third place, in Division C, the third division, in first place is Philosopher's Song, coached by Spire. They're a Lizardman team. They are 4-1-0 in this competition, followed by Mammal Nightmare, Festoon's Necro team, 3-1-0. And in third place, the Discomancers, coached by Ian, also a Necro team. They are 3-0-1. The home team this evening will be the NC Snakes. They're starting with 12 players on the roster. Everyone will be starting tonight. They have 2 Witch Elves, 4 Blitzers, and a bunch of linemen on the roster. 1 Apothecary, all 7 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls, brings their team value to 1,570,000 gold. They're going to be up against the Goblins of the Conduct Committee this evening. 12 on the roster here. They're all starting as well. They've got 2 big guys in the trained trolls. They have a Looney, a Fanatic, an Hooligan, and a bunch of linemen. 1 Apothecary, 1 dedicated fan, 3 rerolls, brings their team value to 955,000 gold. That is a whopping 615,000 gold in petty cash going to this Goblin team this evening. This Dark Elf team, I think on paper, has the advantage. They have an AV of 9+, save for the Witch Elves, which have just an AV of 8+. You can see Sidewinder here has picked up... Oh, I had to sneeze. Has picked up Wrestle, Tackle, and an extra point of movement. That's an MA8 Witch Elf. Pretty scary piece, particularly with that jump up. They don't lose 3 MA when standing back up. That means they can get where they want to be very easily. Black Mamba number 2 is a blodger, a sidestepper blodger with frenzy as well. So that is a very scary piece up against these goblins tonight. Rattler has the block skill and is a blodger. In fact, all 4 blitzers are blodgers. Very, very difficult to deal with when you're a team that doesn't have block. Block and dodge. When you're a team that doesn't have block, a team that doesn't have tackle, that means you're looking for just one face on the die to knock any of these players down. And then you've got to get through the armor roll. And unlike other Elven teams, this team has mostly armor value 9+. So pretty average armor. It's just going to be tough, I think, for the Goblins. This Dark Elf team, they're going to be the bashy team in this matchup. They are going to punch these goblins into oblivion. That's going to be their job. When they pick up the ball, they'll probably... Well, actually, I shouldn't even say probably. Any one of these players is a great ball carrier, right? They're all edge of 2+. They're all pretty speedy. The linemen have a decent speed of MA6. You've got the blitzers with an MA of 7. You've got the Witch Elves that are normally MA7, but again, Sidewinder there, number 2, is an MA of 8. Very fast, very agile. Anyone can be the ball carrier. You can hand the ball off to anyone you want. You can throw the ball if you want to. Sure, it's a PA of 4+, save for the Witch Elves. But if we're talking about a quick pass, you know, why not, right? What's the problem? They're going to be up against the Goblin team. This Conduct Committee here, they're going to have a tough time, and that's because they don't have block, they don't have tackle. They do have the 2 trained trolls, strength 5 pieces. They have the Looney, they have the Fanatic, they have the Hooligan. I think if they want to come out on top tonight, as I try to sneeze again, I think if they want to come out on top tonight, they're going to have to lean into what goblins do, and that is shenanigans. That is breaking the rules. The Looney will have a chainsaw for a drive. The Fanatic has a ball and chain for a drive. What I mean by that is they are both secret weapons, and that means they'll get to play for a drive before the ref catches on and says, wait a minute, you can't have a ball and chain out there. That's illegal. And then they'll be ejected from the game unless the conduct committee can successfully argue the call with the ref or, you know, grease those palms a little bit with a bribe. The Hooligan is the natural fouler here with dirty player +1. They get a +1 to their armor or their injury roll on a foul. They're also going to get a whole lot of money in petty cash, right? 615K means I think a no-brainer is going to be Morg. Strength 6 player with block with Mighty Blow +2, AV 11+, MA a 6. Very, very solid player. A steal, I think, for 380,000 gold. That leaves 235,000 gold left. I think for my money, I like Bomber, right? You get Bomber Dribble Snot. Now you have a chainsaw player. Now you have a ball of chain, and now you have a Bombardier as well. For 50K, you get to chuck bombs for a whole drive, and perhaps even more than that, because after picking up Morgan Thorg, after picking up Bomber Dribble Snot, they'll have 185K left over. They are goblins, so they have bribery and corruption, which means their bribes are half price. They're just 50K here for the goblins. They could pick up a full complement for another 150K, leaving them with 35 left over, or they could pick up 2, and that would leave them with 75K left over that maybe they put into a keg or something. But I think 3 compliments of bribes with Bomber, with Morgenthorpe, I think that's a great combination. Morgenthorpe will stay out on the pitch all night long unless you let the opposing team get all the assists on him. Bomber Dribble Snot, right? You still got to keep these players safe. Bomber Dribble Snot, you have to keep them safe, but you chuck bombs all game long, because after the first drive, he gets called off the pitch. You've got a bribe, no problem. He comes back out and plays again. You've got another bribe for perhaps your Looney, and you have another bribe for fouling as well, right? So a full complement of bribes means you can really lean into the Goblin game and try to remove players that way. I think fouling and these secret weapons are going to be really key here. You want to lower that AV down to 7 or less, I would say, so you start getting so the odds are in your favor that you're going to get that removal. You want to get those removals ASAP, and once you start to gain that player advantage, now you can actually focus on the ball and trying to recover it and score. I think that's the way these goblins play tonight. We'll see what Berserker Tempest tries to do. They may have a different plan in mind, but if they don't do that, I mean, they're up against blodgers. Blodgers with no counter to that. So players with the block skill who are going to be beating you up, and when you try to beat them up, it's a 1 in 6 chance you even get to knock them down. So 615,000 gold in petty cash going to the conduct committee as they choose their inducements. You can see they are picking up Morgan Thor. That's 380K with 235 left. There's Bomber for 50K. So 185K left means they can pick up a full complement of bribes. That's exactly what Berserker Tempest is going to do here, leaving just 35K left for either a coach or a cheerleader. I think I would probably get the coach, but if you really want to show your good graces to Nuffle, you could pick the cheerleader. Yeah, picking up the coach there, I think that's what I would do too. So Morg and Bomber Driddle's not taking to the pitch here this evening. Welcome all to the stream. El Nubrino says, but they can have Morg and another chainsaw and a few bribes. Yes, indeed. Ajax the Riot says, let's go Goblins, love you move. Let's go Goblins. Conduct committee wins the coin toss. They'll probably be on offense to start. They could go either way, right? They'll be their strongest on this drive for sure. But if they go on offense, they can leverage all this stuff they have, right? They can leverage that Looney. They can leverage the ball and chain on the line. They can get the knockdown, leverage the Hooligan. They've got Morgenthorpe who can take a block. They've got Bomber Dribblesnot who can chuck bombs. Ajax the Riot says, Bomber ruined my plans when I went against this Goblin team. Yeah, yep. Shavestone, welcome to the stream. Shavestone says, new edition features buying prayers. Yeah, I saw that. I actually had it in an overlay on one of these games. I thought it was worth mentioning. I'm going to compile a list of all the changes at some point here. Hopefully I can get it done before the week's up. Yeah, so prayers to Nuffle are no longer a kickoff event, or I guess cheering fans. No longer results in prayer to Nuffle. Prayers to Nuffle are an inducement now, and you can pick up, I think, 3, and they're 10K each. You still have to roll for it. You don't get to choose your prayer, but you can pick up a prayer to Nuffle for 10K, and you can pick up to 3 of them in the inducement phase. Good evening, Electrics Man. Good to see you. 3 on the line here for the defense as they stagger their players, worried about Bomber getting more than a target or 2 here. So you can see staggering these players out. Bomber can get a target of just 2 here, just 2 here, just 2 here. Is Morg not on the line? Is Morg not on the pitch? Oh, there he is. So Morg just off the line here. I guess that means Morg will be the blitzer. Ball kick to the 10-yard line. On the solid defense, rolls a D2, so 5 unmarked players can reposition. And the Snakes will reposition no one as the ball ends up on the opposing 12. Turn 1 underway. First activation of the game will be fair play. Frank moves in a quasi-random direction, just swinging around, hitting no one so far. He's going to choose to go, well, would have chosen to go forward here. The way this works is you choose an orthogonal direction, forward, backward, left, or right, and then you roll a D3 and you move. Let's say you rolled, you chose left. You roll a D3, and the result of that roll means you actually move into one of the 3 spaces in that direction. You can do that up to 3 times. With a strength of a mighty strength of 7, they hit whoever they come across, whether they're friend or foe, standing or prone. James, the new prayers to Nuffle rule is a commentary on society. Shamestead says, if you are poor, you're not allowed to pray. Taking the blocks before securing the ball first, a little risky here, especially against such a speedy team. Bomber on the pass here, fails the pass with a 2. At least it won't be a fumble. We'll see. I'm not sure where he targeted the pass. There it is. So spent the reroll here, got through Loner, and then succeeded on the pass. Oh no! Oh no! So the ball got caught. Ball was caught by the opponent, the bomb was caught by the opponent, so when you throw a bomb, it can be intercepted, and if it's intercepted, your opponent gets to throw that bomb right back. So the bomb was caught there, and then Bomber Dribblesnot's once per game ability is called Kaboom, and so if the ball is caught, Bomber can say it's gonna blow up right in your hand, and that's exactly what he did there. Knocked down his own Troll. Troll played nice. The right tackle on the offense. Tried to foul rat number 3, broke armor, but only got a stun out of it. Turn 1 now, back to the Snakes. McMackey says, did he name his ball and chain after my saw who killed the last one? I'm not sure. 2-9 blitz to get things started. Umpire's friend gets knocked to the ground by Moccasin number 2. Minute 18 left on the clock here. Clear skies for tonight's game. Good 2+ dodge. Remember, highly agile elves are. Adjective 2 plus means a positive dodge will be a 2 plus. Pressure applied to the ball on the left side. Another good dodge into a rush to mark Bomber dribble stomp. Moves in to take this mark, meaning Bomber is now at a -1 to throw bombs. Defense crosses the line of scrimmage and advances in the backfield, or downfield. Turn 2 now for the conduct committee. As the Fanatic continues to spin, finally gets a 3-die block on Cottonmouth number 3. So the Fanatic is a strength of 7, but if you can knock down that Fanatic, it is a guaranteed removal. Three-die blitz by Morgenthorpe against Snake Pliskin. 7+ breaks armor with a mighty blow of +2. There it is. Gets a stun. You might be able to escape from New York. You might be able to escape from LA, but you cannot escape from Morgenthorpe. .53 seconds left in turn number 2 for the conduct committee. You know what? I think we're going to turn on... Nah, we're good. We're good. I was going to turn on red versus blue, but I think we're fine. Setting up for the assists for the foul here. 3 assists currently make this a 6+ foul. If it's going to be by the Hooligan has to dodge first. It's a 3+ dodge. Remember, the Hooligan has dirty players, so that's effectively a 5+ rather than a 6+. Yeah, good dodge here. Gets another removal. Well done. Or gets the first removal. I thought he had another removal. Gets the first removal here. 1-man player advantage now for the conduct committee. Yeah, they've got to lean into this. Where is their... Looney, is he off the pitch? He is. So Etiquette Ed not taking to the pitch this drive. Conduct committee advances the ball up to their own 4-yard line. Remember, these goblins have the right stuff. The trained trolls can throw them downfield up to a maximum distance of a short pass. And then if they land on their feet and they haven't activated, they still get to activate. Minute 20 on the clock here as the NC Snakes decide how to deal with this cage. They could certainly get dice on the ball here. Yeah, they're going to negate the assist from Spirit of the Game, the number 2 trained troll, marking out the left side of the cage as well. Here's that blitz. A couple of dodges are no problem for a 2-die blitz. Unfortunately, just gets the dodge push out of this, and another roll will be a push. But pushes him into another block here, which will still... Oh, no, this will work out due to tackle. Very well done. Very well done. Frenzy blitz. Pushes the player out of the cage and marks them by Moccasin number 2, who has tackle. Tackle negates the dodge skill. and was able to get the knockdown there, recover the ball by Sidewinder, and now Copperhead to score. What a play by the NC Snakes. Well done to mark out the cage, get a 2-9 frenzy block, pushes the ball carrier into the tackle player to get the knockdown and recover, and hands the ball off to the player in scoring position. So well done. So a bribe used for fair play Frank, but didn't need to use a bribe with Bomber Dribble Snot. Just needed to give the ref an autograph, and Bomber is allowed to stay in the game. So the conduct committee is still hanging on to 2 bribes. The Burrito says early score to burn through bribes. Good call. It is a good call. but a better call is arguing the call. 1-0 the score. The Snakes on the lead with the defensive touchdown. The conduct committee on offense again, but it's gonna be a blitz by the defense. Oh boy, this could be a problem. They rolled a 2 on the D3. They get to activate 5 players who are unmarked. This is basically like a turn, but crucially, it's not actually a turn, which means the NC Snakes don't get to use a team reroll. Otherwise, they can activate like normal. Yeah, here comes the pressure. 2 blitzers, 3 blitzers cross the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 4th. All 4 blitzers across the line of scrimmage. Cutting for this ball. Blitz on the left side. This will be a knockdown thanks to the block skill. Honest Hugo stays on the pitch. Those are impossible to see dice. Ball bounces 1 space back to the 22. And now the conduct committee on turn 3. A 2-die with fair play Frank. This is the Fanatic. Breaks armor with that ball and chain. Gets a stun out of it. Finally on the 3rd block here. Gets a push. Now going for the ball pickup. Ball pickup to a handoff does not work out. Has a reroll remaining. Had to re-roll that, or else that might have been another touchdown for the Dark Elves. Hands the ball off to Gentle Ben over in the right wide zone, but where is Gentle Ben going to end up? BB Nut, welcome to the stream. Gentle Ben with the pass. Well done. Passes the ball to Chivalrous Chuck, and now we'll keep this ball safe. So if you look at the bottom of the screen here, these are your actions, with the exception of special actions. And that first one you get to use, you see that little infinity symbol? You get to use that for every single player you want, right? You get unlimited use of those. BB Nut says, why is Morg on the wrong... why is Morg on the sideline? Why is Morg on the sideline? That's a very good question. I don't know why Morg and Bomber are on the sideline. I mean, maybe you're saving Bomber for a future drive, but I don't know why Morg's on the sideline. That must have been an error. Bench for performance issues. But this action bar at the bottom, this one on the left here, this is movement or block. Every single one of your players can either move or block. These other 4 are once per turn, so only one of your players can do each of these, or can do these actions, right? So one player could blitz, one player can foul, one player can hand off, and one player can pass. So you can combine those to make a lot of yardage gains, right? You can, let's say you have an MA, let's just say MA6. You have an MA6 player, you hand that off to somebody else who moves 6 more spaces. You now move 12 spaces. Then you do a pass. Let's say it's a short pass. That's 6 more spaces. And the receiver is somebody who has an MA of 7. He catches, or an MA of 6. He catches the ball. That's another 6 spaces. That's 24 spaces. That is almost the length of the pitch. Run Bad with the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you, Run Bad. I appreciate it. Hope your stream went well. Welcome all to game number 1 of 2 this evening. We might actually catch a little bit of a third game too. I haven't decided yet. I appreciate it, Run Bad. Thank you very much. Double skulls over on the left-hand side of the pitch. Spends a reroll into double pushes against Respectful Rick. He's very respectful. I've met him. He is a cool dude. Good recovery here by the Snakes. To the handoff. Do it. Let's go. Let's go. It'd be 2 rushes to score. We'll see if Moob's going to risk it or not. Electric Space is more flipped off the fans. Nope. Not going to chance the 2 rushes. Understands that a 1 in 6 failure rate fails 900% of the time. That's how you know Moob is a mathematician. 13 seconds left on the clock here for the Snakes. We're down to 1 reroll. And now a 3-die uphill against Fair Play Frank. Remember, you just need a knockdown. Unfortunately, won't get it here, but if you can knock down a Fanatic, it's a guaranteed removal. Turn 4, back to the conduct committee. Twice on offense, twice losing the ball here. We talked about on the pregame, this was going to be a tough matchup. I don't know why Morgenthorg is on the sideline. Fails to dodge into a null turn here. Doesn't re-roll it. The Snakes will score again on turn 4. BBNet says my Brett team is finished, meaning you finished putting it together and painting it? Houndot, welcome to the stream. Electric Man says, I'm sure it's part of a greater plan. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have a buddy of mine that just put, got his copy of Blood Bowl 3rd season edition ready to go. We might play it this week. T9 block against Honest Hugo. Gets a dodge push out of this. Ball carrier very well defended, but I think he just goes in and scores at the end of the turn. So my buddy said the Brett models weren't great. He said he had to pin them to the base. I think that's our first Kaz of the game. 2 SPP for the Witch Elf. Umpire's friend off the pitch and won't be passing the ball anytime soon, but I think that's okay. BBNet says they're painted to match the Cornish coat of arms, and all the knights have the heraldry of actual Cornish knights. That's cool. Shamestone says mine glued to the base is just fine. BBNet agrees. Cool. Well then, I shouldn't have any trouble. Electric Man says some stand on a single tippy toe. Not gonna score. Oh wait, did he just pick up the ball? Am I a turn behind? BB says tell your friend he had a skill issue. Here comes the blitz. 2-die blitz against Sidewinder. Looking for a 7+ with Mighty Blow here. Got the armor break. Got the removal as well. Well done. We'll see if that sticks for a future drive. Moob says, if I score, Morgan Bomber come back. No, thank you. Fair enough. Fair enough. Good blitz here to get rid of a Witch Elf. Tried to take a mark on the ball carrier here, but failed to dodge. Was marked by the tackle player. Remember, tackle negates dodge in every way. Dodge does 2 things for you. It makes the defender's stumbles result safe for you, resulting in just a push. And it also means you get a free reroll when you try to dodge away. Tackle removes both of those benefits. BB not calling Move a coward. Sophiana with the 7 streak. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Rooting for the defense, this Goblin defense. Or maybe the Dark Elf defense? I think it's probably the Dark Elf defense. 3-die block here against Sir Shake's hand. Gets a push out of this. And now a blitz against Honest Hugo. Looking to remove some players here, get a player advantage, get some SPP as well. Gets a KO, well done. Conduct Committee did not pick up any kegs, so all their KO rolls are going to be a 4+. Yeah, so I'm very excited to try 3rd season edition, BB 2025. I'm very, very excited. I picked up 4 teams at PAX. Turn 6 now for the Conduct Committee. And I don't know if did I put it in Discord, but they had this cool Ultramarine with this cool Blood Bowl like beneath him. it was great. It was like a life-size Ultramarine with a life-size Blood Bowl ball. It was cool. Good foul here to get a stun. Doesn't really get anything out of it. A couple of rushes to mark Black Mamba number 2, but I think that's just going to be a surfed Goblin. Turn 6 now for the Snakes. Electric Man says, did you get them all assembled and painted? No, I haven't even opened the boxes. Got the PAL here, so not going to get the surf. No armor break. 2 assists to make that a 3-die block in the game of Blood Bowl. If you're new to Blood Bowl, you see that here. I'll highlight it. In fact, I'm sorry for whoever this kills, but that strength value right there, that is used largely for determining the amount of block dice that get rolled. You take your strength, you compare it to your opponent. So with strength of 3 versus a strength of 2, and that determines how much dice you roll. So if one side is greater than the other, you roll 2 dice. If one side is more than double the sum of the other, you roll 3 dice. And whoever has the greater value strength gets to pick which die out of that die pool is the one that will take effect. Now, you get assists from your teammates here. So each assist gives you a +1, whether you're on offense or defense. So the Witch Elf pulled in 2 assists here. It was a 3v2. 1 assist made it a 4v2. Remember, it needs to be more than double for the 3-die block. A second assist made that a 5v2. That's how we got the 3-die block. A foul to start the turn here on turn 7, but again, didn't get anything out of it. Did not get called off the pitch. He's not a sneaky get, so all doubles will eject the player from the game. And now the artillery shell, the Goblin artillery shell coming downfield, needs a 6 on the throw teammate, spends a reroll. Wasn't able to land on his feet. Spire, welcome to the stream. Spire says the wrong team seems to have the ball. Depending on what you mean by wrong. Those dodges, no problem. Doesn't have to worry about the negative modifiers on the dodge there due to being stunty. Trying to get off the sideline to save himself. Actually tried to blitz the ball carrier. I think that was not a bad idea here. Would have got a 1-die blitz out of this, but wasn't able to get away. And now turn 7 for the Snakes. 2-die block against Sir Shake's hand. Will be a pound. Needs just an 8+ to break armor. You know, Moob. In BB 25, in BB, how many 20s did I say there? In BB 2025, you just lost 10K. You think about that. 4 assists for the foul, or 4 assists for the block here. 2-die block, just needs the knockdown, and there it is. Well done. Fair play, Frank. Will be taken off the pitch. This turn wasn't a stall, but he stalled last turn. I do not mind being actually at all. I invite it, in fact. Good removal here by the Fowler. We'll see if he stays on the pitch. No, nope. So the Fowler being called off the pitch here. He still has a bribe. He has 2, in fact. He's going to use the bribe instead of chancing the argue the call. So you can argue the call first, and if that fails, you can spend the bribe unless the ref ejects you from the game. 3-die uphill block against the ball carriers, not gonna work out. Turn 8 back to the Snakes, and this half will end 2-0 in favor of the Snakes, and they'll be on offense to start the second half. Hanging on to 1 re-roll here. They'll probably roll some block dice first. Going after troll play, nice. 2-die blitz. They got to push. They'll spend a, not going to spend a reroll. Not going to risk it. Good score here by the Snakes on defense. Twice back-to-back in 2 drives. They'll be on offense for drive number 3 of this ball game. So Bomber and Morg taking to the pitch this drive. Fair play, Frank. Gets called off the pitch. Conduct committee hanging on to a bribe. Oh, BB Nut. BB Nut talking smack. BB Nut says the NC Snakes looking prime, losing to the championship game form. Electric Man says Morg suspension is over. It was just an internal dispute. They got it sorted. Chevron formation here for the defense. They're trying to screen out these elves, as one tends to do. All the strength on the line there. Morg with the strength of 6. The 2 trained trolls with the strength of 5. Offset formation here for the offense. I don't know. Oh, boy. I don't know if the Looney should be kicking the ball. I mean, I think that's just going to deflate the ball. Rolls a D2 on the blitz here. Doesn't quite have the speed to get at this ball. So just repositions Bomber's dribble snot to, we'll call that a safety position at midfield. Turn 9 now for the NC Snakes. He missed the walkthrough. Ball kicked to the 14-yard line. We're going to get the turn started with a blitz over in the right wide zone. Black Mamba number 2 breaks armor to start the half. Got the removal. Well done. And sends the Witch Elf downfield. One minute, 8 seconds to go in turn number 9, top of turn number 9. Taking a mark on Clappy, McWhistle, and Chivalrous Chuck over on the right side. Looks to be carving out the right wide zone for themselves. Probably won't tangle with the line. We'll just do an easy 2+ dodge away with Taipan number 3. Good handoff here to Copperhead. Cottonmouth number 3 on the pickup. Hands off to Copperhead, who has 7 MA. There they go. Moving downfield. 2 more players will cover the ball carrier. I think we'll probably see Taipan swing out to the right as well. NC Snakes about to be on the bonus clock for the first time this game. Yes, indeed. So there's the protection on the ball carrier. Now on the opposing 10-yard line. They'll be looking to score quickly again here and try to burn through that final bribe. Coming up a little bit later this evening, we're going to have, in my opinion, the GOAT versus the Gunner Gitz. Electrics Man versus Cobblestorm. That's going to be Skaven versus Goblins. That's coming up. That is coming up at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's UTC -5, so that's about 2 hours from now. And I haven't decided if we'll keep the stream going or not. We'll probably keep the stream going. And we have lots of games being played in the interim that aren't aired. We'll probably catch some of that before we get into our second full game here this evening. Good removal by the Looney to get rid of Rattler, one of these blitzers. These blitzers, very, very important on this roster. They're all blodgers. Electric Man says, game of the night, you say. So that Looney, that chainsaw action, that's a special action that the Looney has available to them. And that's just a straight armor break with a +3 advantage. Problem is you have to roll a d6 first. On a 1, the chainsaw will kick back on you. And whether it kicks back on you or whether you're knocked to the ground via a normal block, that 3+ works against you. So you have to be careful. Good bomb toss here by Bomber. Dribble stop, but couldn't knock down these elves. These elves have been training to withstand bombs all week long. They've formed really thick calluses. They're ready. They're good to go. Tried to dodge away from a tackle player. This is going to fail. We'll see if the reroll's spent. It is. Conduct committee down to 2 rerolls for the duration of the game. 2 marks on the ball carrier right now. Another failed dodge here. This time, he'll be knocked to the ground. 8+ is going to break armor. Oh, he spent the reroll. All right, conduct committee down to 1 reroll. Two-die block by Black Mamba is going to knock down Clappy McWhistle. So the Goblins giving up a number of blocks here, trying to lock the ball carrier in place. Marks out Morg to get the assist here for the 2-die against Respectful Rick. This will be a push. And now a 2-die blitz. Now, yeah, a 2-die blitz against Chivalrous. Boy, I can't pronounce his name. Chivalrous Chuck. And that clears the ball carrier. Well done. 1 rush will get the ball into the end zone. And 3-0 is the score. Very well done by the Snakes. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. They'll be on defense here. They're looking for that final bribe to be burned. Bomber gets called off the pitch. Etiquette Ed will be the recipient of, well, not the recipient of the bribe, but the recipient of the benefits of the bribe. And so the Looney's going to remain in this game. It's going to be 10v9, it looks like. So a 1-man player advantage for the Dark Elf team. Let's see what the predictions look like. Nobody, nobody's gonna win any channel points as it stands. All right. 2 in the left wide zone here for the defense. They're giving up the right wide zone. That's all right. They've got plenty of speed. Be a 1-man player advantage for the Dark Elves. Morgenthorg and Etiquette Ed both have to take to the pitch here. Oppo stabs us. Welcome to the stream. Demanding some death. We haven't had any deaths yet. But boy, we've had a ton of deaths already in the competition. I think we're at the 10 death mark here at week 5. It has been a murderous competition. Here's the kick. Deep kick. Conduct committee is going to pick up an extra reroll. They will gladly take that. They're up to 2 now for the game. Ball kicked to the 22-yard line over in the right wide zone. Turn 10 underway. Looney blitz, but that chainsaw kicked back on the Looney. They will spend that reroll that Nuffle so graciously provided. They won't break armor. Now, a 3-die with Morgenthorpe will be a pal. 7+ breaks armor. Gets a stun out of it. 2-die on Coral Reef number 2 gets a pal here. 8+ this time to break armor. Another armor break and got the removal. Well done. 9v9 on the pitch. 53 seconds to go for the conduct committee. Good pickup over in the right wide zone. They're going to move that ball forward to their own 14-yard line. They get it out of the right wide zone. They're going to get some bit of protection here on the ball carrier. Pulling players back. There's a decision you have to make when you're on offense. I would say offense or defense, really. And that decision is, do you want to spread wide and control as much of the pitch as possible? If you do that, then the defense has to spread wide to match, right, to defend. And that means whoever's left is thinned out. Or do you want to stay grouped up, right? Maybe a 4-point cage. But now the defense... I did that. The Telestrator of Doom did that. Death number 11. You can die or not die. Take your pick. Anakin Ed will have a career still with a serious injury. They'll miss the next game. Good blitz here by the Snakes. Remember, that knockdown's a +3 on the chainsaw player as well. Telestrator of Doom. It's right there in red. That's his poor Edward. All he wanted to do was make friends through chainsawing them. That's all he wanted. If you stay grouped up, and say for a 4-point cage, this the defense can start to encircle you, right? Now, maybe you're a Dwarven team and you're fine with that because you're just going to punch your way through, or maybe you're an Orc team or something. This looks like a smiley face. But that's a decision you have to make as a coach. There's pros and cons to each. With a little purple nose, that's right. Spire with the Telestrator of Doom, yeah. I did it again. Hey, good throw teammate here for Clappy McWhistle, but unfortunately just one space away from scoring. Come on, Clappy. Clappy's gonna hang out on the 24-yard line. I believe in you, Clappy. Pray for skulls. Pray to Nuffle right now. You've got a whole minute. Two-die Morg blitz against Copperhead will be a dodge push. Dodge, a pretty effective skill against Morg. He doesn't have tackle, so it helps keep you safe. Failed a really stupid roll with Troll Play Nice. When you fail that really stupid roll, you lose your tackle zones and you lose your turn until you succeed that roll on a future turn. Fiendish Fairy, welcome to the stream. Fiendish Fairy says, oh, it's moved. It is indeed. Setting up for the two-die against Morgenthorpe. Armor break on the left side will be a stun. There it is, two-die block. They're going to get the knockdown here. 11 plus breaks Morgenthorpe's armor. It's very, very hard to do. You're not going to break anybody's armor with snake eyes. And now the blitz. Two-die blitz on Clappy McWhistle. This will be a push to the left. Frenzy follow-up. Into a dodge push. Spends a team reroll to try to get the POW. There it is. The power both down would have been, would have been good. A POW, of course, is always good. Got the knockdown. Now the 2+ on the recovery. Well done. NC Snakes. Look at Morg's face. Let's see if I caught that. Tried to foul Morg out of this game. Very smart move. Had 5 assists on that foul, bringing Morg's AV down to just 6+, but only got a stun out of it. Look at Morg's face. It's enormous. He's got the biggest face. Both down result here is going to be effectively a null turn. Not quite a null turn. Got a removal on the trade, but it will be a turnover. Turn 13 for the Snakes. Clear skies ahead of them. Can hand off to whomever they wish. Probably, I'm going to say probably a handoff to rat number 3 to get some SPP on the player, but we'll see. 2-die blitz here against Noble Nabi. Gets a push. Electric fan says, say that to his enormous face. I will not. Do I have Morg? I don't think I actually own Morg, like in the tabletop game. I certainly have the man, the myth, the legend, Griff Oberwald. Marking out Morg. So no handoffs. Gonna move the ball. Well, handoff to, well, I don't know. Marks the down big guys. Probably just keeps the ball where it is. No, he'll move it to the left. Or the right. Does end up handing off to Taipan number 3. This is the level 2 lineman. Has the dodge skill. PP Nut says there's only one myth and legend. Acorn. Acorn the squirrel. Yeah, I meant to buy Acorn at PAX. And I just forgot. I forgot. I looked for gnomes and they didn't have it. I was so disappointed. Festook says, you spelled Wilhelm Chaney wrong. Spire says, the skate, the myth, the legend, Pips Pippy. Oh, if only there was a Pips Pippy model. Spirit of the game just picks up respectful Rick. It says you're too respectful. It just pile drives him into the ground. Couple of dodges, couple of rushes here to get a mark on Taipan number 3. Festoon asks, want me to check the shop Friday for gnomes? I'm okay. I appreciate it though. Thank you. I'll find them. I'm sure I could go to the Warhammer store and find them or something. Electric Man says, doesn't Pips come in the box? No. Sadly, no. Two die against Clappy McWhistle. Push into a frenzy follow-up. Gets the knockdown here. I've already forgotten the teams I bought. Let's see what I bought. Three die on Noble Nabi. Gets a POW out of this. I bought Wood Elves, Norse, OWA, and Corn. Double pals here against Gentle Ben, looking for an 8+. NC Snakes up 3-0. They're looking to tack on another touchdown here. This isn't just to show off either. This is for standing, right? If you're new to the league, the way our standings work. So the way competitions work, depending on the number of players who register, we have 3 open competitions this season and 1 invitational at the end. Depending on the number of registrants we get for an open, that will determine the type of, or the format of competition. In this case, it's a divisional. We have 3 divisions of 10 teams each. The top 2 teams from each division will make the cut to the top 8, and then the 2 best placing teams between all 3 divisions that remain will also make the cut to a single elimination bracket. You are ranked by your league points. You get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw. After that, there's a series of tiebreakers that take effect. The first one is who beat whom. If 2 teams are tied, but one beat the other one this competition, then that Morg's not accustomed to dodging. Turned 15 now for the Snakes. If one of the teams beat the other, they will be ranked higher. If they have not, then the next tiebreaker is your TD differential. You take the total touchdowns you've scored, subtract the total touchdowns you've given away. That's your TD differential. If it's still tied, then it goes to touchdowns scored. You just simply compare the touchdowns scored by each team, and after that, it remains a draw unless we need to break the tie for something like the top 8 cut, in which there's a playoff game. Electric Man says 3 for a loss. I didn't say that, did I? So the NC Snakes have done a commendable job of keeping a Morg at bay this game. Sendor's Loop says, if that's the case, I'd be in first place. Wow, that was the most aggressive foul I've ever seen. She's angry. She's mad. Clicks through the final or clicks through turn 15, turn 16 for the Snakes. Snakes just score here. They're going to pick up another touchdown. 4-0 the score. Yeah, this was a tough matchup out of the gate here for the Goblins. They had to lean on the Goblin shenanigans, I think, to have a hope of coming out on top in this one. But even then, it was going to be tough. Fiendish Fairy says Moob has rapidly risen in the toxicity ranks. 1 turn left here for the conduct committee. They can score with, of course, the throw teammate touchdown. So it looks like Clappy McWhistle will be the scoring threat. Prayer to Nuffle. It's not going to matter too much. So Morg will be the one that, I would have said Morg would be the one that the conduct committee wants to throw with due to his once per game ability, but it can still leave it to the trolls and can pick up SPP on the trolls. That's not going to do it. That'll be the end of the game. 4-0 the final. Well done by both coaches. That was a lot of fun. Again, that was a tough matchup for the Goblins, but the NC Snakes are going to win this one 4-0. Congratulations to Moob here in week number 5. Staying at the top of the leaderboard. And that, in fact, dethroning Odin and Snuffle here, advancing into first place with an undefeated record of 3-2-0 here at the end of week number 5. Just giving up 2 touchdowns all competition long. All right, our next game starts in an hour and a half. So why don't we see what's going on? Why don't we check the schedule? Let's see if there's anything that's being played. The next game is 8:30, so half an hour from now. So you know what? This is what we'll do. For the next half hour, we'll continue to watch the halflings. We'll watch the replay of my game. We'll pick up where we left off last night and watch the halflings murder my team. And then we'll do that for about a half an hour. Then after that, we'll catch the Rockettes versus Mammal Nightmare. I think I'm gonna skip my meeting. That's what I'm gonna do. And then at 9 o'clock, we'll catch game number 2 in full here this evening. So let me queue up the replay of my game, and we'll watch that for a little bit.